Let's go. Let's go out this bitch. Oh, you hear me? Can you hear me, motherfuckers? Sorry. Can you hear me? Can you feel me? What's up, everybody? Microphone check. 1, 2, mic checker. Catch wrecker. All right. Oh, what a morning I woke up to. That's some, what a morning I woke up to, yo. And, yeah, man. Yeah. What a morning I woke up to. And I was really thinking about, I had a good night's sleep and, just woke up, told the wife good morning, got out of bed. You know what? Let's start out like this. Hello, everybody. My name is Andre Malcolm. And, I am a tattooer of 23 years. 23 years, yo. 23 years. It's been 23 years of this, man. 23 years. Yeah. Originally from the Bronx. BX all day. 233rd White Plains Road. 238th White Plains Road. I grew up in that little area between 233rd to 238th White Plains Road. Between White Plains Road and all the way down to Gunther Avenue. No, all the way down to Baychester Avenue. So that little kind of, from if you take 233rd all the way down to Baychester, and then you make a left, and then you go to 238th, that was kind of like my stomping grounds. 241st, not really 241st, but 238th and stuff. And then I used to love doing graffiti. Doing graffiti when I was a little kid, a lot younger. Started out when I was like 13, 14, around that time. Probably earlier than that, Yeah. All right. Let's fast forward now and where I'm at right now, Been tattooing for 23 years. I originally started at Tough City Tattoos. Why am I saying this? Why am I giving this little story? Because it's going to go into what you see on the screen right here. This is what I woke up to. Not from the first one. So if you're looking on the screen right now, folks, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah. All right. And that's how you're supposed to read it. So I was born in 1979, right? 1979. In Jamaica, Spanish Town, Jamaica. And single moms. Came to America, came to America when I was like 5, 6 years old. I remember turning 5. Maybe I remember turning 6. Turned 5 years old, yeah. And I remember I turned 5 and I came up here. And then when my birthday for me turning 6 came around, didn't happen. My mom was like, "No, we don't do birthdays anymore." I'm a Jehovah's Witness, and I remember her distinctly telling me that, and I remember just feeling sad after that. Didn't know my dad. Raised by single moms from the island. Very, and if anybody really know Jamaican parents from the years back in the days, from the 40, from 1900s all the way to like now. They got some type of superstition, all Black Island. This is what it's gonna go into right now, folks. I remember that. If anybody been to Jamaica, that's how it is. Came to here in America, and yes, I'm an immigrant. immigrant. But hey, you know, one of the things that a lot of people don't know is once you leave Jamaica, they consider you a Yankee. So yeah, I was like Yankee man now, you know what I mean? So and we moved to Fordham Road in the Bronx. So now, you know, this is like 85, 86. And if you're watching this, you're listening to this, you know, look up the census of, we're doing the numbers game too. This is a numbers game. This is this is going to be an educational thing, not just on my life, but also the world I'm born into, and I have no control over it. All right. I just have to learn how to navigate through it. Dad didn't want nothing to do with me. Cool, I understand that. He's cheating on his wife. You know what I'm saying? He knocks up his wife of, you know, in 1978. Knocks up my mom in 1978. We're born in 1979, right? He's born in January. I'm born in June, right? All right. Oh, let me send this out. I want my family members to hear this shit too, because I think a lot of people think my life is sweet, like everything is just given to me and shit. And I'm not saying that about my family members, but I think people just have this like misconception of me because I guess the way I move and the way I act. Like, yeah, Dre got it all good and shit. But far from it, you know? Far from it. Dre likes to work for what he has, you know what I'm saying? It's third person. I like to work for what I have. And everything I have, I've had help along the way. But again, like, yeah, born into a family that, it wasn't a family, single moms, right? Lived on Fordham Road, Fordham Park. It was like a little housing area. Well, not a housing, like some apartments. Oh man, in fact, let me pull that shit up real quick. Ooh, let me see if I could pull that up. Fordham Road. Oh no, even better, yo. Where's the maps at in this? Here we go. Oh no, I need Google Maps, bitch. Oh, I don't have it. Fordham Road. Bronx. NYC. I missed this part. I said Brink, NYC. What? Chat, anybody in there, you ain't telling me, yo, Dre, you spelled that wrong. Bronx. Yeah, man. And but this is gonna go with this statement that's made about me. For some reason, I don't know what the people think about me, right? But I like to wait. Bronx, wait. Pelham Parkway. That's the Bronx Zoo, right? Whoa. Fordham Road. Is it going up here? Pelham Parkway. Why is the map off? Grand Concourse. All right. Why does it do that? Fordham Road. Yeah, Fordham Road. All right, here we go. This is where I used to live. Right over here. Right here on the map. Oh, Fordham Park, yo. What the So my mom's, she had a her ex-husband at the time. You know what I mean? Used to hang out in this park right here with his buddies and just drink all day. Crazy traumatic stories and shit. But this is the area. But I lived over here, man. It's in this area. We're gonna cut through this park, man. I lived over here, yo. This is my shit. This is my old stomping grounds. Yo, this is my old stomping grounds right here. Oh, all right. I ain't trying to go into it, but yeah, I used to live there just for like I think probably like a year or two. Then we moved to 233rd White Plains Road, 238th White Plains Road. Between that, Eli Avenue. Yeah, man, Eli Avenue. And I was a block away from PS 87. And that was a school I went to. Right? PS 87, black, some white kids, Spanish, blah, blah, blah. You know, there we go. From that, John Philip Sousa, Truman High School. Truman High School is where I met C's, I think, right? Was it or was it Sousa? But Truman, that's where we first met, maybe. Through a mutual friend, Leroy, my boy Leroy. Remember that? C's, you might hear this and shit, but yeah, that's and now we younger now. This is back in the Nintendo days, kid. Super Nintendo days. That's when we met. And yeah. Now, during this time, you know, or even before that, I've always been drawing. I remember the first time I learned how to draw. My uncle Dave showed me how to draw a stick figure. And that was it. That's all I needed. You know? That's really all it took. He showed me how to draw. And I never looked back. I remember the way I saw him draw. It lit my brain on fire. It was probably the first time I felt my brain burn a little bit. My head I had not like a headache, not like a migraine, but I just felt like my brain kind of like burn a little bit. And I was like, I want to do this. 4 years old. That's when I figured it out. PS 87, teacher asked me, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I want to be an artist. Everybody's saying they want to be a cop, fireman, train conductor, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to be an artist. And PS 87, I was a kid that knew how to draw. Same as junior high school, same as high school. And I was hustling. I used to always figure out, like, you know, to let a girl like me, I would draw a picture for her, right? Bam, that was it. From Dorona and PS 87 to Lakeisha to I like this. I didn't know I liked this one girl. Man, she passed away during high school, I think. Cleo, man, a bunch of different girls, you know? Jacqueline. And yeah, man. And I was the kid that knew how to draw. Even when some kids didn't like it when I was in high school. You know, you are the F word, you know, FAGL, right? That word, call me that, you know what I mean? But I didn't stop me from drawing, right? My father didn't want me to go to art school because he didn't want me learning how, he didn't want me in art programs because there's a lot of gay men in that. He didn't want his son to be gay, but that had nothing to do with me anyway, right? He didn't want nothing to do with me, but he distinctly told my mom, don't send him to art school because he's going to be around too many gay men. Still didn't give a fuck. I still wanted to draw. Learn how to work around that, you know? And during that time growing up in New York from age 5 all the way to like high school, I was learning to read graffiti on the trains, on the walls, right? All that stuff, right? Meanwhile, a lot of my other friends, they got into like other extracurricular activities, right? They went the street route. Some people that I knew maybe still in it, right? I just didn't want to do that. I like art. I like all now, and it was like different taste of art, right? From cartoons, you know, and in the 80s, you know, there was like a new type of cartoon coming into America, and that was anime. And it wasn't cool to like anime. It wasn't cool to like manga. You know what I mean? Even though Voltron was somewhat of anime, you know, there was like only a few kids I like that would fuck with Voltron, right? Um, and and when I was younger, you see how like there's a lot of kids that like seeing tattooers now do anime tattoos. That shit blew my mind. Right, I probably was one of the first dudes to do anime tattoos. Those dudes doing anime tattoos way before me in tattooing. I'm not gonna put that. Let me retract that. But I will say that it wasn't cool to be into anime. You know what I mean? For some people, it wasn't cool to like comic books. So there was like levels to it. If you like comic books, you like American comic books. You didn't mess with anything else. Only maybe a select comic book shops would have like anime manga books, but it would be like tucked away in the back. You had to ask for it, right? It was because it was hard to get back then, right? And this is the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Remember when Wizard magazine came out, and the first time maybe they did a Comic-Con in New York, and there was cosplay. The pioneers of cosplay back then, right? But still like art, wanted to be a comic book artist, wanted to do graffiti, wanted to bring graffiti into the comic book scene. So like if Spider-Man is swinging or fighting the bad guy, there's some graffiti in the background. I used to think like that, right? It's dope that because like later on down the line, I remember seeing a Jeff Matsudo, and he had graffiti in the. I was like, oh, I wish I kept doing good. I wish I kept doing comic books. Yeah. Now when it was time for me to leave high school, it was time to figure out what I wanted to do. 98 was I was really supposed to. I got left back once. Miss Woodruff left me back. So I originally supposed to graduate from high school in 97, but got left back, graduated in 98. Still doing graffiti heavy. Doing a lot of black books. Reading what graffiti writers would say. Reading about guys like Cess, Yes 2, Med. Guys from the West Coast getting the 12-ounce Prophet, Scribble magazine, On the Run magazine. You name it, any type of magazine back then. Mass Appeal before what you see Mass Appeal now. The Source magazine when Chino BYI used to do the back of the Source, and he used to have the graffiti joints on there. He used to put the throwbacks of the trains, and that was a thing. That was a really heavy. Just thinking about that now is just like very nostalgic. It just gets emotional to think about that. But I would just copy all those designs, in my mind, picturing these graffiti writers, meeting them one day. And probably one of the things in graffiti back then is if you really were about it, you would just start walking around with your black book. And sometimes walking around with your black book would be a bad thing because you never know if there was some undercover cops, Vandal Squad. They knew what to look for. They knew what to look for. You know what I'm saying? And so I used to just have my comic books with my black book. So it just kind of like disguised it a little bit. But some cops were just like, let me see, what is that? Whatever, So I just show them. They saw some of the graffiti, but they saw the artwork, right? So I used to mix in more of the artwork than the graffiti. I had 2 black books, stealing black books from Pearl Paints or any art store. But never stopped drawing. And in New York, if anybody knows, New York is the melting pot. It's a melting pot of all these different cultures. But, people's cultures still kept to themselves, right? So one day, I'm chilling with my boy, Ray, Puerto Rican kid, not that far from Bronx Zoo. I met Ray through my boy Enough's brother Chris, older brother Chris, and he had an older brother Jay. They were from our neighborhood. And so Enough and Chris and Jay was like, yo, you need to meet this kid Ray. Yo, he would love to see your work. All right, cool. One day, it was like old school Puerto Rican parents, right? So, some Puerto Ricans didn't fuck with black people. Just didn't fuck with black people, But there's always the younger kids that would fuck with it was a cultural thing like that. That's how hip hop kind of grew in New York. Because hip hop before I moved to New York, it was a black thing. So nobody really fucked with the black kids, right? And the younger Puerto Ricans would hang with the younger black kids. And then that's how, I'm not going to stray away from that. But in the sense of we went to PS 87. So that's a different culture now. I'm Jamaican American, kind of, Jamaican American. I'll say that. I'm a Jamaican American. Even though I'm born in Jamaica, I'm raised here, and I identify with the American culture, black culture, halfway with the Jamaican culture. More on the American side. Yeah, man. Yeah. And so finally go meet Rate. And Rate is mad cool. Another Puerto Rican cat. We drawing, just hit it off right away. We just drawing. They start hanging out with him. Cut school. Now I'm in high school now. I used to just cut school, go hang out at this nigga's house, and we just draw all day. He already left high school. So I think Rate was probably like a year or two older than me or something like that. One day now, I finally one day I just said, oh, fuck high school. I'm done. I'm done with high school. I'm gonna be an artist. So I leave high school. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I was gonna do art. Didn't know what I was gonna do. I just knew I was gonna be art. I wanted to just do art. Damn, anybody watching this? Can anybody see this? I see the? Oh, y'all can see. All right. So it is working. All right. I was tripping. I was like, is this work? Is it on? So I didn't know what I wanted to do. Oh, no. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be doing comic books. So while I used to hang out with Ray, I also enjoyed his house, but I would take my drawings and make them into a portfolio. Send them to Marvel, send them to DC, send them to Dark Horse at the time. And those are the three ones at the time. And then I remember when Image came out. That was it. So now sending to Image. And never got anything back. And so now when I was hanging out at Rate, one day we just, we're gonna go up on Fordham Road, we're gonna go to Grand Concourse, get some pizza. Bet, let's go. But something that one day said, bring your black book with you. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. Something in me just said, bring your black book with you that day. So other days I wouldn't even bring it, you know what I mean? And we would just be looking at all these graffiti pieces and I'd be studying it, study it, stand up close to it, look at it, walk away, look at it, And then one day, we walking up Fordham Road and I look to my left and I see Sess, Yes2, and Med painting. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's my peoples. Those are they're not peoples yet, but I was like, that's it. I said, I'll meet y'all up there at the pizza spot. They're like, all right, cool. So I'm watching them. I got my black book. And I was like, fuck it. I go walk up to Yes2 and I say, Yes, can you do something in my black book? He said, no problem. He's like, you want to leave it with me? I work right there at the tattoo shop. I was like, you tattoo? He goes, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, bet. I come pick it up a week from now. So now, shit, it's different. It's not like you got a cell phone now, you checking anything. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. It's more like I'm in my mind, I'm playing out I wonder what he's doing in my black book every day for a whole week. I'm just thinking about what he's doing in the black book. He's like, come pick it up Friday. I'm like, no doubt. So the next Friday, I go there, walking up these steps, and it's the smell of a tattoo shop. But I can smell it from the steps. And it's the green soap with the Vaseline smell. And I was like, what the fuck? And I hear the buzzing. Pause. You know, they dipping, running the machine again. Then there's multiple machines going on. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Then I could smell the ink, the black ink, yo. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And this is when Tough City wasn't over the dojo yet. Man had just, I think, moved off of Grand Concourse. Well, I think it was Grand Concourse he was on. And he moved above this, like, San Gennaro's. It was this little spot that used to sell these sandwiches. Not San Gennaro's, some. And then you get the sandwich or the Nantucket nectar. It was a precursor to the chopped cheese sandwich. A lot of people know about the chopped cheese, but there was a sandwich that was before the chopped cheese. And you could only get it at that spot. And there used to be a line just for that. Oh, fuck, man. I miss the Bronx right now. I'm in California right now, folks. All right, so I'm up there. Now, what's in the shop? Now, Med's the owner now. I find out Med's the owner because he's like, yeah, that's my shop. You know, when I saw them that day, the Friday before that, painting. Med didn't really say nothing to me, you know. He's like, he probably was thinking that this is another neighborhood kid, blah, 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 whatever. But shit, I was hungry at that time. Not hungry like I'm poor, but hungry like I want to do something with my life, right? I'm 18 now, right? 18. My mom was like, well, you could be done with school, but you need to figure out what you're going to do with your life. And I was like, I'm going to be an artist. She was like, all right, fine, figure it out. So my mom just knew I was going to figure it out. My mom's just brazen for that. But she did, you know? And so I go to the shop. Now, Med is a white dude, and everybody there is working is white. That tattoo. Now, there's a Puerto Rican, Italian dude named, they called him Spanish Rob. And then there's a black dude named Black Rob. So there was 3 Robs. Spanish Rob, Black Rob, before the rapper Black Rob, or maybe before it was just like, you know, it was the vicinity names. You work here, oh, you Spanish Rob, that's Black Rob, and then there's Cess, Rob Cess, right? So there's 3 Robs, but Cess will just be known as Cess. And now I'm just like, I'm in this, and I'm shook right now because one of the things the reason I'm scared because I was raised Jehovah's Witness a little bit, right? So to be in a tattoo shop, it was like the devil's work or whatever. But I was like, you know what? These are my favorite artists. I'm gonna come hang out here, and that was it. Started hanging out at Tough City, and my life changed after that. Now, I didn't start tattooing right away. I just started hanging out there. But I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do in my life. So I was hanging out there. And then at one point I was hanging out there enough that Rob was like, hey, you know how to draw. Hey, trace these drawings out for the guys. Help us out. Because it'd be busy at Tough City. When I mean by it'd be busy at Tough City, there'd be like 40 people outside waiting. Maybe more than that. Maybe more than that. Let me call my man P. And one day when I went away, I came back. Puma shows up. Now Puma's hanging out there. Puma starts hanging out because Tough City is so popular that that's how I met Puma. And everybody know Puma from Black Ink. And that's it. So me and him become cool. And then that's it, man. Me and him cool. He introduced me to his boy Eric. Make a quick call. And so that's it. And I don't know, man. Like, now one day,
call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Yeah, he's so one day, my mom said she's going to Jamaica. She gave me $100, And then these guys, Sess and Yes, are gonna go down to like Canal Street to Unimax to go get some tattoo supplies. So I'm like, yo, they sell machines there? They go, yeah, they sell machines there. So I remember Sess at the time say, yo, you should start tattoo. You could make like $500 a week. Hold up. Jamera Walter said, what up? Yep, I'm so up, man. What's going on? So now, I buy a machine for like $100. Bullshit machine at Umax for $100. And I didn't say no to Sess, but I was like, maybe I did say no, but I was like, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just didn't want to, I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want to mess anybody up. So I might have said no, but really, and then like, my mom was like, oh, it don't seem like you're doing anything with your life. My friend works at the stock exchange. She said, you could go down there for an interview. All right. But the thing about the New York Stock Exchange, what a lot of people don't know, is you got to know somebody that gets you in. So she worked up in the corporate area. So I was already in. So I got a job as a runner. I worked at the stock exchange for like a year, 2 years. So they didn't really see me like for like a while. I'll stop in at Tough City once in a while. I have a suit on. They'd be like, yo, Dre, what's up? No, what's up? You got this suit on. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm working at the New York Stock Exchange, all of this and that. I get fired. But I think the day I was about to get fired, I remember the day I got fired, I was going to quit. Because I was like, I was done. I was just stressed out there, man. I just didn't like it. And not joining bothered me. And it was kind of like fate. Fate was like this weird energy was like over me saying, yo, go back to art. So now, fast forward 2021, 9/11 happens. And this is what pushed me to really start tattooing. Right after 9/11 was, the regular news channel edited what was happening, but Telemundo, nah, man, Telemundo showed you everything. And on Telemundo, there was a man that jumped while the towers was on fire. And that was it. I was like, I want to do art. I really am going to take this by the horns and just do it. And so like after that, I went to Tough City and was like, yo, man, I've been tattooing a little bit here. He said, let me just see your work. Or just hang out, hang out, man, hang out. Because it'd be busy here. And man, it's about his money, And one day, while I'm hanging out there chilling in this drawing with them, Spanish Rob goes, yo, Dre, you got your machine? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, this dude want to get tattooed. I was like, bet. I'll do it. He goes, all right, it's gonna be some old English letters. I was like, all right, bet. I'll do it, man. I'll do it. And before that, I only tattooed 2 people. I'm gonna come back to the 2 people I tattooed before. I skipped a lot. So now, by then Tough City had moved across the street over the dojo. So I'm like, fuck it, man. This is it. And that's when I met Jose Soto. And Jose helped me out a lot while I was there. He helped me out a lot. He helped me out a lot. I don't think I would have gotten to where I was technically with a machine if it wasn't for him. Drawing wise, I kind of had a concept of art, But Jose, my late friend Jose, was now, I consider him a wizard of tattooing. because this is not the internet days. It's not. This is pre putting up information about tattoos like that. Those, there's probably forums, but it wasn't like full on websites. It's not what you see now. It's before apps. It's 2001, 2002, right? 2003. Things really started changing around like 2005, 2006. Apps weren't really out yet. Apple hadn't come out yet. Apple came out with their first phone in 08. Right? Everything changed after Apple came out. But I was already tattooing. Digital cameras was out. So, who did I learn from? I didn't know any black tattooers at the time. In magazines, the only person I saw was Zulu. Now, maybe Maya Bailey was already tattooing. Zulu and Dueler. Dueler, and I think Dueler wasn't in Atlanta yet. Maybe he was. I just knew that Dueler was on the West Coast. So it was Dueler, Zulu, and Jackie. Now, if you look at that map, right? Look at the map. Look at if anybody that's listened to this, look at the map of the United States. And look at that. Look at that geography. Dueler's on the West Coast. Ronnie Zulu is in LA. Those two guys are both in LA. Now, I'm not saying I'm the first black tattooer in New York. But to be in a legitimate shop, you gotta be light. I mean, no, now, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say black people didn't want to learn how to tattoo. I'm saying that it was a different time. It's a different time. New York legalized tattooing in 1995. We're going to do this. We're going to do a little history, and this is numbers. And we're going to look at the mob, the Italian mob. A lot of people don't know that if you wanted to get something done, if you wanted a certain type of business, you had to go through the Italian mob or a biker gang. Right? So it was either Italian mob, the Irish mob, any type of ethnic group. Right? And any outside of black culture, right? And I'm talking black culture as a whole, from African Americans, African Cubans, African West Indians, whatever you identify as black, the African DNA, right? If you were you had to be in with a right type of person to even get needles. What you see now didn't exist. The abundance of how to order groupings. There was a time in tattooing where an artist would use the same needle more than 5 to 10 times. It's a little gross now for a lot of people to hear that, but there was some that really knew how to clean it. Bop, bop, bop. This is before that 4-letter word that start with an A and end with an S. Right? I'm not going to go into the details of it, but let's say it would damn near impossible to be a black man and tattoo in the 70s in New York. It was illegal, right? So guess who's going to rat you out first? Because your competition, a lot of people don't understand that. if another racial ethnic group found out there's a black tattooer tattooing, guess who's gonna call the cops? Your shit shuts down. They hit you with the crazy fine. How you gonna pay How you gonna pay that shit the fuck off? And I get it. That was just at the times. That was just the times at the time. You know, maybe there was one or two black men that tattooed, but they knew the right people. They were probably most likely in an area that they governed them, their own people governed them. There was not a lot. A lot of people, you know, a lot of kids, a lot of younger tattooers coming up right now that are black. I'm the tail end of that shit. I got into Tough City because of hip hop. Literally graffiti. One of the elements of hip hop. And when I was offered this spot to tattoo and I took it, I didn't pussyfoot around. I just took it. I had nothing else in life. My pops didn't leave me nothing. My mom didn't leave me nothing. And I don't have anything against anybody whose parents left them something. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how a real family works. And even if you don't have the variables, but if somebody leaves you something, it makes your life a lot easier. So nobody left me anything. Everything I got right now, I just kind of work for it. Now, where will I leave my kids? I'm gonna leave my kids a very healthy IP. That's what I'm working on. All right. So, if you wanted to get anything done, you know, I wish, if you wanted to get anything done, like think about it like this. You know, younger tattoos, all right. To get certain colors was mad hard. Red, you know what I mean? It was easy to make black, right? But to get red, to get purple, to get yellow, to get brown, to get blue. The primary, say if you want to just get the primary colors, green, you know how hard that shit was? You think somebody's going to, at that time, if y'all think gatekeeping is crazy now, it was gatekeeping. I've said stories of how I got shit, how I learned. I spied on people. I acted homeless. I waited because that's what I had to do to get the knowledge. How to draw certain things. I dressed up as a homeless person and went through tattoo shop garbage. That's in the 2000s. After I left Tough City, I go down to the Lower East Side and go through motherfuckers' garbage. I didn't tell nobody that until last year. I didn't say that. That's my little own personal story. I was not going to give nobody that story. But I did that because I wasn't going to get it. And I get why people do that. There should be gatekeeping. It shouldn't be easy. It should not be easy to get this information. I like that. You got to go through 12 to 15 years of medical school to learn how to get that, to have a certain type of career. That's what the doctors I know. You think it's easy to get a law degree? It should be just as hard to get the information in tattooing. Fuck out of here. Who said it was supposed to be easy? Thank you, white people, for not giving me that shit. I had to work for this shit. What you see me doing now, I mean, I've been drawing every single fucking day. I could draw on a shaky New York fucking train. The 2 train to 42nd Street. Jump on the end of the R. Draw on the train. I could do that shit. So when somebody's shaking on the chair, I grip you mad hard and I'm tattooing. It ain't no shaky lines. I just gave you a gem. That's a little technique. So now, worked at a bunch of different shops. After Tough City, Invisible NYC. After Invisible NYC, went back up to Harlem. And that's when Black Ink started. Why he left Tough City. We had a mutual friend named Stupid. Stupid is probably one of the hardest working men I've ever met in my life. Bless you, Stupid. I love you, fam. He had a cousin named B.O. And Black Ink started. I had already met Anderson Luna at Tough City. As soon as I met Anderson, man, me and that kid hit it off and it was dope. I also met one of his best friends, Dice the God. Dice got a clothing line, Bible study, I think call it now. City of Gods. City of Gods, baby. I fuck with you, Dice. I hope that cloak, yo, don't stop. Don't stop with that clothing brand, bro. Keep at it. Keep at it, Dice. I'm proud of you. Right? And then it grew from there. So it was me, Anderson Luna. Anderson already started tattooing. He was working in Brooklyn. He was working in Brooklyn, I think. Met Scott Sylvie. No, he met Scott. Not Scott Sylvie. He met Scott Campbell. Scott Campbell had an apprentice named Bo Velasquez. And Bo came on, and there was the 3 of us at Tough City. I mean, not Tough City, at Black Ink. That was it. Me, Anderson Luna, and Bo Velasquez. And we were crushing. There was no other tattoo shop in Harlem. There's motherfucking people. So I was already doing my thing at Tough City. And I needed a little bit more knowledge. And that's when I went to go work at Invisible NYC. That's where I met RG Gonzalez. I met Kiku from Japan. I met Dan Vu from Brooklyn, Chinese cat, dope machine builder. And then I met, and also Marco Serio. And Marco was from LA. Marco, Kiku, and RG knew each other from LA. They were working at Ink Stop in the Lower East Side. They all left to go work with Troy. And that's how Invisible started. And it grew from there. I tattooed everybody. I learned from Tough City that anybody that walked through the door, tattoo them. Black, white, Spanish, of any descent, Asian, whoever the fuck they are, just come through the door. All that hustle shit. Puma, you know what I mean? Like, when we met, showed me how to fucking showed me how to hustle. And we hustled hard, B. Jose went down to work at Inkstop, and it went from there. Kept in close with Jose, and I wanted Jose to come work at in Harlem. But Jose had a son, had a family, and I think the money down there was great for him. So he did his thing there. But I would always go down there and visit him. Because that's my boy, yo. That was my boy Jose and shit. Always, And so, now, my thing was everybody in Harlem get tattooed. Yo, so there's people walking around Harlem with back pieces, sleeves. They're all black. Right? But I needed more. I needed more work. The price of living in New York was going up. Met my ex-wife at the time, and we lived in Brooklyn. And so, I was not. I fast forward. I went too far. Man, ex-girlfriend at the time. We were living on City Island. No, my bad. I was living with my boy Mouse. We were living on 116 Park and Madison, and the rent was I think $2,000, $3,000. And I was just trying to pull all that money in all the time. But, when you look at the number of people that were coming, Black Ink did something dope. We learned from something that A-Life clothing brand did down on the Lower East Side. They used to have backyard parties. We started doing the same thing too at Black Ink. But it was too much of a distraction for me. I was just too laser focused on getting better at tattooing. I just wanted to just do suits. I want to learn how to do Japanese style tattoos. You know what I mean? And oh no, I messed up. By the time I went back to Harlem, I met my ex-wife. Then I left Harlem to go work at Daredevil because Big Steve asked me to come work down there. And Daredevil owned Fun City. So I went down to Fun City, Daredevil, and was working there. Now the money's different. But I wish I got to stay there longer because I feel like I would have just gotten, because I wanted clientele. And I'm gonna say it straight up. Yo, I don't want to haggle with niggas, man. I don't want to haggle with people. I didn't want to haggle with people. I didn't want to feel like I gotta show people why this is art. Right? But guess what? I haggle, New York is a place. Motherfuckers want to haggle with you. So I haggle with white people, I haggle with black people, I haggle with Asian people, I haggle with Spanish people. I'm done with haggling, man. It's how do you? I was I gotta leave. I gotta leave NYC because it wasn't just the tattoo side. People that know that you're talented, they just want shit from you. And if you're not in with the right people, right, you'll get swallowed up. And that's at that time. Now, this is just before the iPhone comes out. When the iPhone comes out now, I'm with my ex-wife at the time. And life shifts. I could just feel it. That's when MySpace came out. And you could be on MySpace on your phone. You could upload your pictures and stuff like that. That's when everything fucking changed. That's when everything changed. Steve Jobs made something that my money went up. So now I didn't have to just worry about. Now I could I could reach a broader spectrum of clientele, right? And my wife gets an offer to work in California. I'm like, bet, let's go. Left New York. I didn't want to deal with. I felt like I needed a fresh start. And so I jumped out of the frying pan and right into the fire. But you know what I mean? And that was it. If my mom could leave Jamaica and come to America and start all over, I could just leave New York and restart in California in the Bay Area. And if I was a really smart businessman at the time, I would have looked at the geographical, landscape of business. Now, all I knew of California, the Bay Area, was like the tech boom. People got money. That's how I'm thinking everything is gonna be. But I'm starting all over. I don't know anybody in California. The only people I know I met when I was at Tough City, I met Adrian Lee and I met Grime. And I met Adrian, you know what I mean? And I met Henry Lewis one time in Harlem because Bo Velasquez, one day Henry went to go work at Saved, and that's where I met Henry. And it was just nigga jokes right off top. Nigga. That's it, straight up. The homie Henry Lewis. And so when I came here to the Bay, we were living in Oakland. We lose all our stuff in the fire. Now I'm really starting all over. I ain't got shit now. All right, let's look at this. This is the population of black alone in one combination. 80%. Look at that. Look at that on the map. I lived in New York City. Now, this is in 2020. That's 2020. Right? And now I know why it was getting harder and harder to live in New York. Because, art is leisure. Tattooing is a leisure. It's a leisurely lifestyle. Oh, I could just drop $5,000 right now. I could drop 10 grand. I could drop 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 150,000. Depending on your geographical location, your community, and these are not numbers. These are numbers that don't lie. You can't beat it. I think I kind of said something earlier where my fate in life was written out way before I was born. Right? And I understood that. I really understand that now. More than ever. Because as I was drawing, I wanted to get better. And I've been in competition, not just with myself, but I'm not afraid to say it, with other tattooers. That's just as good or even better. Right? Now, this is just the black population, but look where it's heavily condensed. Look at New York. And you match that number, 10 to 20%. That's not good. I live right here. Look at that number. Look at this. Look at that. Now when you do this, you say, all right, well, Andre Malcolm lives in California, or he lived in New York. Well, when Dre was in New York, I remember somebody saying something one time, and when they said it, I was like, who told you that? And it was this one statement. This statement right here. This statement right here. This is the statement. I heard this back in when I was living in New York. Somebody said I don't tattoo black skin. Is you bugging? I was posting everything at the time. It's just you wasn't looking hard enough. I remember one time I was at Tough City and some dude was like, I don't get tattooed by black people, because I never seen a black dude tattoo before. Yes, somebody. It was a black dude that said that to my face. Said it to my man Jose, and made sure I was, and he said it loud enough that I could hear it, and I chuckled. You know what I mean? So let's go back to this. So the numbers don't lie, and the numbers have just been the same since. This is in 2020, but we could look it up. What do these numbers look like? The black population in 2000. And then what you do, you look up the numbers. There you go. Take a screenshot of that, folks. Now, you got to say, all right, out of these numbers in every one of these states, how many one of the, if you look, how many people, how many households you think have a disposable income to drop $900 a month? Let's not even do that. How many people you think got to drop $400 or $500 a month? They got it, but you know what, motherfuckers? You know what people? Sorry, you know what people would like to do? They want to look fly and fresh. Sorry, that was it. 2000. What was the fly shit back then in 2000? If I said, "Hey, yo, don't even buy that." Now, I would tell somebody from straight up from what I learned from the New York Stock Exchange. I say, yo, take your money, right, and invest this. And so if you invest this amount, you get this return at the end of the year. And then you come get tattooed by me. But if you keep that and you keep a little bit and you just take out a little bit yearly, buy art. Don't worry about buying a house. I've been saying that from a long time ago. I'd rather buy art than buy a house and just rent. It sounds kind of crazy, but look how fast a Warhol or a Basquiat or a Norman Rockwell goes for. Way more than a house. So when I've learned to just take everybody's money. That's how I've been surviving. I'm not here to defend myself for what this dude said right here. Because in his video, you know, he mentions he's only been tattooing 7 years. And in his statement, I'm not gonna repeat what he says because that's his audio and that's his copyright. But in his video, he makes a statement that the reason why he doesn't do conventions is because he don't feel welcome there, and so forth and so on. All right, that's cool. And then somebody says, "Hey, that's weak mindset." Blah blah blah. Then what does he say? They don't tattoo black skin and get worship. If they did, you wouldn't even know them. When has a black canvas ever won an award? All right, now let's break this down, folks. Look, all right, let's go. Let's do it like this. Capital. Wait. Let's go with take this. Damn, man. See, this shit bothered me right here real quick, man. So we gonna see. So we do what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're going to capital T. Let's start with the capital T. They don't tattoo black skin, comma. And get worship. All right, bad penmanship, fam. First of all, this shit. All right, so they don't tattoo black skin and get worship if they did. God, fuck, man. All right. Why does everything gotta be why does everything have to be, there you go, victimized? Oh, all right. This is hurting my brain, man. All right. We're going to break this down. See, let's go back to this. See this? At one point in tattooing, folks, see this word right here? Look, let's break this down. This is your young cat. He's young. He uses TV terms. I'm before TV. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm magazine era. Right? A magazine, books, like books, tattoo books, not what you see on TV. TV and YouTube, not really real for the knowledge. Canvas? You're not on canvas, bro. This canvas is wrong. Skin. Ever won an award? Okay, now if you're into tattooing for winning awards and getting recognition, have at thee. That's fine. But, and if they did, you wouldn't even know them. Okay, if you want to let them know someone, if you see another tattooer and you like them, reach out to them. Say, yo, I love your work. It's not that hard. You're not being a pussy. You're not being a herb. You're not being soft. It's called recognition. You would want that. You would want, don't. First of all, this right here, from what I could tell, like, bro, you talk like something that's on TV. All right. And that's not. A friend of mine told me this years ago. He told me this back in 97, 98. He says, yo, Dre, this is early internet. Early login, when it was like, but the whole beep. There was something even before that. The early dial-up. There was like level 2 to 3 different dial-ups. There was like 3 different dial-ups after that. But the first one, he said, yo, don't put nothing on the internet. Don't put anything on the internet. Nothing personal. Only business. This conversation right here, too personal. Too personal. Bad business right here, fam. Bad business. Because guess what? There are tattooers out there that you don't know about, that they like stuff like this. They're screenshotting it, sharing it with their buddies, laughing. Now, do I care about that? No. I definitely screenshot this. I'm keeping it. Because for me, it's content. This is content. I like this shit. This is what I'm going to teach my kids not to do. Don't make moves like this. I'm going to teach my son and my daughter. both my sons and my daughter, my youngest daughter. Hey, you like somebody's work? Reach out to them respectfully. I don't know who likes my work and who doesn't like my work. Usually when somebody said, I didn't know that the dude at the end of number 4 followed me, even cared about me, but he gave me a shout out. And my boy, and I don't know Pooch, but respectfully, shout out Pooch too. Another hardworking tattooer. Another hardworking tattooer that minds his business, does his business, and does his business well. Now, we're going to analyze this again. They don't tattoo black skin. You're not the first one to say that I don't tattoo black skin. But the first person that ever, but it was a black person I heard say that. And he didn't think I was listening. And I know who he is. And he said it to another tattooer. And it became a thing. If a black tattooer doesn't have enough black people in their portfolio, they not real. No, that's not the case, buddy. You know why? Because I live in a place where the population of black people are low. I'm from New York City. How many black people do you think? Quite a few. But this is something that you don't know. When it's something I want to do, most of the time, all the time, I be like, yo, pay in installments. I'm not hitting you over the head. I treat everybody fairly. See? But a lot of people don't know it. Because fear is the mind killer. Fear affects the mind in ways that you don't understand. Because a lot of people think like you. That if it doesn't look like what you think it should look like, don't go there. I used to live like that too. If I really thought like that, I would never approach those guys at Tough City when they were painting that wall. Remember I said, when I saw them painting, I said, fuck it. And I walked up to Yes. I said, yo, Yes, can you do something in my book? I could have been like, yo, he's a white dude. He ain't gonna like me. I could have easily done that. But I respect what you said. I respect it. I understand, man. You know what? I've learned over my years, 44 years old. You're 37, I think, maybe going on 38. I started tattooing when I was 21. You did something previous. Now, look, you could do whatever you want in life. I'm not going to say blah, blah, blah. I'm glad you got into tattooing. But I've been doing it way longer than you. Way longer than you. You think you don't feel welcome now? Bro. So the fuck what? Get over it. You have a passport? How many states have you been to? How many times have you left America? And don't tell me you've been to Mexico. I'm talking about, been to Africa yet? What have you done? What have you done? You've only been in it for 7 years. You've only been in it for 7 years. 7/14/21. I've done 3 of those. I've done 3 7s already, with 2 extra years on top. You got a lot to learn, fam. You got a lot to learn. You got a lot. Sorry, bro. Sorry. I'm sorry you feel that when you see black people work and it's not enough, that you feel like they don't tattoo black people. You made a bold statement. Do I agree with it? No. I just tattoo. I live in a place, and that's it. I tattoo who walks through the door. Hey, look, I live in the Bay Area. I live in Oakland. There's supposed to be a lot of black people here. They got priced out, fam. Sorry. That's not my fault. I didn't do it. There were things that happened in America way before I was born. It's not my fault. What you see is not my fault. I don't turn black people away. I don't look to just tattoo black folk. Let's go look at my portfolio. Let's do that shit. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah. So what? So what? That's all you see is light-skinned people. Sorry. Look at the demographic. I could give you a laundry list of why things ain't what they. I could give you a whole laundry list of it. For redlining, and before that, the destruction of different black communities throughout all America. Okay. I didn't do that. I didn't give no propaganda. I didn't put the propaganda in communities to tell women that they don't need men. They don't need their men. That ain't me. Because I was born into that too. I'm born into a single mom's. She told me mad times, why you want to be an artist for? You should think about doing something totally different. I'm stubborn. I'm going to be an artist. So it told me to do it. Keep drawing. My elementary school teacher, Miss Walthofer, told me, Andre, keep drawing. Kept doing it. I got outside influence outside of my home telling me to keep doing this. I didn't get distracted by all these other things. While my friends got distracted and wanting to sell booger sugar to get money or go rob a bank, I didn't do it. Turn stick up kid, I didn't need to do it. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to draw. I stuck to the artist road. Hard as fuck. Nobody gave me any I reached out to the tattooers before me. Didn't get any response back from them. I don't hate them for it. They probably busy as fuck. Niggas just start talking about generational wealth. The fuck? Just because Jay started talking about it? I learned about it in 2001. And how it really works. How does it work? You need an orthodox community. You need an orthodox religion. And you build out from that. To the point where you have the orthodox side to the plainclothes side. The people, the husband and the wife work together. Then if the husband and wife have brothers and sisters, they work together. They make a business. and everybody and it go and it builds out like that. Then there has to be a level of trust coming out of that Orthodox religion, to the point where you know where the money's gonna go. People got to live in that Orthodox lifestyle. Ain't no, I can't, I don't, you, there's no songs talking about, I don't know that nigga, I don't know that boy, fuck that hoe, fuck that bitch. It don't work that way. It's love my neighbor, love my friend, love my woman, love my man. And it builds out like that. Songs built on that. Then you have schools. Because once these people have their own businesses, they're taking their business and they're putting it back into their own community. Everybody is exchanging money within their own Orthodox religion. And it grows out. They know how to move the money within their own community. And then it just goes from there. And then by the third generation, they can have a bank. Or even in the first generation, they know how to have a bank. And they're putting their money in a bank. And when they put their money in the bank, they say, how do we invest that money? We're going to take this money and we're going to put it in the a trust. And it's every one of these families' names. Money will be deposited into their accounts monthly, quarterly, whatever you want to do. So there has to be one generation of hardworking, 1 to 2 generations busting ass every fucking day. So by the time the third generation comes around, they're still on the same level. It has to roll over by 10 times. To the point where by the time the 15th generation comes around, they're plain clothes, not giving a fuck. But they're just living off of interest. Hey, it would have happened by now. But guess what? There has been enough destructions of communities throughout the United States. I know that. Yeah, there's an agenda of these niggas can't have shit. And so now we fast forward to the point where the population is so low. When you do see a black person doing something like I do, you could easily say he only tattoos white people. He don't tattoo black skin. You know why? Because the numbers are so low, you're hyper focused on me. Meanwhile, there are tattooers of Caucasian descent that only do the type of work that I do. And ain't nobody saying to them, yo, why you only doing that? Because their numbers are so high, they don't give a fuck. They don't see it. They're not hyper focused. It's a different set of numbers. And with higher numbers means a different mindset. I'm of a mindset level. I don't give a fuck. I have a plan. And I don't let none of y'all niggas know my plan. I've educated myself in the numbers game. Whoever's in your ear about me don't know shit. You know why? Because I'm going to show you this right here. See my work? They don't work like me. You fucking with the wrong people. You should be fucking with me. You should be talking to me. It's all smoke and mirrors, whoever's talking to you. It's all smoke and mirrors. They don't have shit. Trust me, bro. I know who's in your ear. I know who's in your ear. I know who's in your ear about me. Look at my work. Look what I've accomplished. I'm like Apple. That motherfucker's BlackBerry. Trust me on this. Let's scroll, bro. Look at my shit. Look. Look. Look, bro. It's not a stunt. Look. Keep looking. It's just work. It's just work. It's just work. I don't give a fuck what skin color it is. It's work. Take the skin out of it. I live by a phrase and some of my friends know about it. There is no skin. When I tattoo, I don't see skin. It's the work. I see the race. But the skin. Let's keep scrolling, baby. Let's keep scrolling, man. Look at this shit, man. Look at this. Look at the work, bro. Look at the work. Look at the work. Look at the work. Let's keep going, man. Look at the work, bro. Look at the work, man. Look at the work. Look at the work, man. Come on, man. Yo, that shit is gay, though. See, that's what it is. But you ain't got work like this. You know what I'm saying? You got work like this, my G. You don't got work like this. You ain't got work like this. See, this picture right here is very special, folks. This is a very special picture. Let me repost that shit. Oh, add the story. Let's do that real quick. Niggas know about that picture. Ho ho. Shout out to A-Life. Look at that. Look at the work. Look at the work, man. Look at the work. Shout out to the homie Puma. My boy Jose Soto. Look at the work. Because I don't tattoo black skin. Let me see. He said I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Black skin. Nigga, this is about work. I live by that shit. Do work. Yo, fam, do work, yo. You come at me, you make sure your work is right. What does Akuma say? Before you step into the arena, make sure you have all your powers at the ready. Your powers ain't there yet. Your powers ain't there yet. Your powers ain't there yet. I go by this thing. You're only 7 years in. The first 3 ain't shit. So you only got 4. Then there's another one. After you do 10, the first 5 ain't shit. After you do 15, that first 10 ain't shit. After you do 20, that first 15 ain't shit. Look at the work, man. What's this dude talking about? It's all about the work. Uh Oh, wait. So let's read that. So he said that, and he says, and get worship of it. So, cause we black, bro, they gonna always overlook what we got to say. Believe that, cause I ain't no victim. I just don't like whole shit. But what's the whole shit? That the whole shit is that you don't feel welcome. People talk shit to me and said when because I was black at a convention. They told my canvas the same thing because she had black skin. See, this is that TV shit. That canvas shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. That's that. Wait, let me see. Oh god. See what that something masses started. Now this dude right here says out of that mindset and hit big dog needs to get out of that mindset. Yeah, you need to get out of that mindset and hit convention. He's doing himself a massive disservice and holding himself back as a result of that type of thinking. Hope he wakes up and gets out of there so he can level up. Yes, you need to level up. Must respect to you. Check out the two of the top tattooers on my list, Pooch Arts and Andre Malcolm Tattoo, when you get a chance. He didn't. Because in the culture that most modern men are raised in, they don't reach out. And I get it. I don't live by that code. I reached out to some of the dudes I looked up to. Twigs, right? Maya, Henry Lewis, Jay Watkins, Dana James. And that was when I was younger, There's Wes Holland. Was it Kevin Leroy? Right? It's a bunch, bruh. It's a bunch of tattooers that put that work in. Pooch. Another thing too, man. Tattooing is something that you really can't fake. You gotta know how to draw. I hope some of you tattooers that do all that portrait work. I think y'all should reach out to Sean Barber. Reach out to Sean Barber, man. He's white. Just reach out to him. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But I know who's in your ear. Ain't got shit. Man. Trust me. They don't got shit. They're not doing nothing. They don't got the work to show. That's one of the things about tattooing. It's work. At the end of the day, is how much work have you done? Because the gift of gab is cool. Maybe you got money, that's cool. But it's tattooing. There is the work, the artistic work ethic. Not, I just took this image online. Man, do you know about the art of referencing? How to reference a picture the right way? You know about that? I know you didn't have I didn't know you. I just the way you talking. I know you didn't have a apprenticeship. I didn't have an apprenticeship. I didn't have apprenticeship either, so yeah, I can't really talk on that. I didn't have apprenticeship either. But you know what? I got respect, though. I got a lot of respect for tattooers. It's just like when they say shit about me and other hardworking tattooers, that's when it's like, man, bro. Like, but, you know, I talked to another good tattooer, and he says, yo, I see myself in him. And I see myself in you, too, man. I see myself in you. I know that you're uninformed. I know you're uninformed, man. You're not informed. You're 7 years in. So what do you know? Right? What do you know? And it's okay not to know. Because it's always good to learn. Damn, man. You know. Damn, man. Damn. Should have just. That's why you gotta, like, you know. You got the wrong people in your ear, man. You do. You really got the wrong people in your ear. You got the wrong people in your ear, man. You do. Get out of that bubble, man. Get out of that bubble and be around some really productive artists that's gonna just really push you, man. They go get around that, man. Get around that. Get around some really healthy people that's gonna push you. You're 37, so you might be already stuck in your ways a little bit. You got some habits. Get rid of those habits, you know? Because like shit like this, man, see, I'm devious in a way. I make content out of this. You know, like, oh, somebody was like, he's angry, you know, he don't like white people. No, I like everybody. And I hate everybody at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Is that possible? To love everybody and hate some people at the same time? Is that possible? You know, like but this part really bothers me. I don't tattoo black folk, man. Are you bugging? You bugging, man. Like, you don't know the history. I think that's another thing too, man. You have to have a more wider perspective. You have to have a wider perspective in life. It's because, like, you're not really looking at me. You see, I have a respect for a lot of people I don't even know, because everybody has a story. Everybody's lived a life. Everybody's living a life. Everybody goes to sleep and wakes up. Everybody was a baby at one point, and they you know what I mean? So when you're raised to understand how to respect everybody, you don't make statements like that. You know what I mean? You know, you wouldn't even have said that. So for you to say that, it means that you're ill-informed. You're ill-informed, man. And it's my job to make content off of you. Jesus Christ. Oh, God, man. It's my job to make content off of this shit, man. Because this is crazy, man. It's my job to make content off of this shit. He says, this guy he made this statement about he don't like going to tattoo conventions because he don't feel welcome. And then this tattooer said this. And so this guy must have either he looked me up or he already knew about me and Pooch and then said that statement, because we predominantly do people that can afford our work. So he thinks we just tattoo white people. But I'm just trying to say, do the numbers and understand how economics has affected the black Americans in America. Ain't that, you gotta say that. What you're saying is only a reflection of what the trauma that's happened to a lot of black Americans. Hey, hey man, you know what? Sometimes you gotta say this is something I said one time. Imagine what America would have been like if heroin, coke, crack cocaine never infiltrated the black community. Like, imagine if black towns never got destroyed by white neighboring towns. Like, what would the black population look like now? Like, what would that generate? How much wealth would have those black communities had? Because basically this statement comes from what happens when you destroy a thing, and when you destroy a thing and the community doesn't bounce back, because 2 or 3 generations down the line, yeah, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like that. Devin Foxworthy, he tweaking. He didn't do any research. They just saying blanket statements. Hey man, look, man. Yeah, look. Man, look, man. There's nothing you could, So like when you do the research, look at California. And I'm from New York. I'm from right here. And look at the population. And then you say, like, how many of that? So it's like for him to say that, he's just basically pointing out the trauma of what has happened to a population of people from 100 years ago. And it kept happening. And it keeps happening now. When the floodwaters hit like Southern California right after Bakersfield, there's a black town right here in California, Bakersfield. They're trying to flood that black town out. It's happening right now. Hey, so I'm glad he made that statement. I'm glad you made that statement. I'm not gonna put his name out there because you don't deserve. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put your name out there. I'm not gonna put your name out there. You don't deserve it yet. You don't deserve it yet. You don't deserve it from me. But these words is going. I screenshot this shit. This is content. I'm putting this shit on a t-shirt. I'm gonna make. And I'm gonna sell these t-shirts for like $40. I'm putting this shit on a t-shirt, and you ain't getting no money from it too. That's why it's important for people like me and you to exist. Yes, Devin. Yes, Devin. Yes, my man. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. And look. And you know what? I think earlier I think people read that statement wrong. I didn't make that statement that like see, I didn't write that. That's something he wrote. And now I'm talking about that. That's why I had to write this, because some people were thinking that I'm the one that said that. Nah, I'm addressing this because you're trying to put me in this fake box. I got 3 kids I'm taking care of. There's no way I'm gonna have a dude that's only been tattooing for 7 years trying to dictate my future, bro. You're barking up the wrong tree. You need to get your art. You need to get your art up. You need to get your art up. You should be studying anatomy. You should be studying from the masters. Yes, they're white. Yes, they're white. So the fuck what? Take that shit, flip it and bounce it. And here, you know what? Here's a book. You're gonna see this shit. Here's a book. Go see this. Harold Speed, Oil Painting Techniques and Materials. Get this book, fam. Yes, it's a white man on the cover. So the fuck what? Take it, flip it and bounce it. Get your art up. You know? Look, I gave you something that, and you know what, bro? It's in a book. I understand it. There's jokes. If you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. It's your job now to flip that narrative. You want to see my shit? Look, if you ain't got a library like this, fam, if your library ain't bigger than this of books, then you can't really say nothing to me about I don't tattoo black skin. Derek Rodriguez. Like, bro, I've won multiple awards on black skin and every convention, but they wouldn't know that because that's they're misinformed. Facts. Misery Loves Company, OG. That's why some people talk like that. Of course, man. He needs to focus on saturation, composition, and contrast. Spend $20K a year on education. He can start with a book. Oh man, Jesus Christ. Jesus. Hey, look, man, it's books. It's all about books, baby. You know, look, I don't trace. I draw. Look, I literally drew that. See that? I used the reference and I sketched it out. I sketched it and put my own energy into it. You know what I mean? He needs to saturate his mind with more books for sure. He can start with grammar. Shit. Oh man, did you see that? Yo, look at this. Yo, who's right? Yo, come on, man. See that? Ebonics shit was the worst thing introduced to schools, man. Tell you, man, look. There's people that have been, even this shit right here, man, like, who writes like this? Ain't no real tattooer saying canvas. I like my canvas to look like this. Yo, you've been brainwashed by TV. Because real tattooer ain't going to use canvas. That's a writer for that TV network. Every time you say canvas, they get paid off for that. That's the thing. You don't even understand the I could get on the TV shit. That's why I've never done any of them shows. I just turned down one lady. I just turned it down last week. Just turned it down. You know why? Because it don't make sense. I said no. You know, this is all clickbait shit. You know, I saw that. I saw it. You know what? And all I did, this is me liking it right here. I gave him that one like, and then I took it back. Just to know that, just to let him know I'm watching. You feel me? That's why his name ain't here. Scratch that out. Because he's not worth it. Not worth it at all, man. They would chop and screw you up on TV. I'm glad you turned it down. Bro, this nigga ayahuasca's up in here. I'm done, man. I'm good on that TV shit, man. Hey, look. You know what? I'm only letting a few niggas know this shit, man. You know. Oh, man. This shit, man, like, yeah, they're full of whole shit, man. Don't let their insecurities fuck with your greatness, man. Hey, Marcos, look, man, look, I just made money off of this. I'm streaming. I'm an hour and I'm 2 hours in. I'm gonna make about $3,000 on this shit. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm about to make some t-shirts out of this right here. I'm gonna hook this up. I'm gonna hook this whole shit. I'm gonna hook every one of his statements up. I'm making t-shirts out of all that shit. That's how you do it, man. That's the new shit. You know? That's what's dope about the internet. You just collage it and just make money. Make money, man, cuz it's just like you should be, Ghostface said it. You should be worrying about your arts. You should be studying your arts. Instead, you studying me. And like I said before, I know who's in his ear. And whoever is in his ear ain't like I know who's in his ear. And the two people that's in his ear ain't on my level. Ain't on none of my friends' levels. Daryl, yes, sharpen the sword, man. Wu-Tang tell you something, man. More people need to listen to Wu-Tang, yo. Niggas need to listen to Wu-Tang, man. Go listen to Wu-Tang. Draw and listen to Wu-Tang. Because this, look. How's a dude that's been tattooing for 7 years gonna beat this? That's all I gotta say. And I ain't flexing. It's just work. This is all work. This is dedicated to all the other tattooers that came before me and the ones that come after me that have put in the work. Put the work in, man. Study your art. Study what you gotta do. Study what you need to do. Study what you want to do. You want to do portrait work? You need to be studying it. You need to stop making videos about how you don't feel wanted. Who says you're supposed to feel wanted? First of all, why you want them to want you? You know what I'm saying? Why are you worrying about them wanting you? Why are you worrying about feeling welcome? If you really was about your clients, you'll be painting. You know, go look at that dude's page. See, that's the thing, man. Look, this is not just tattoos over here, folks. Look, let me show you something. Look at this. Look, tattoo, artwork. See that? See that? See that? Oh, artwork I did. See that? That's artwork. See that? That's artwork. Then I got a tattoo. There's a tattoo right there. See that? That's artwork, right? Then it's a tattoo. But this is what I could do. You know what I'm saying? And this is not all I like to do. I'm on my dragon kick right now. But all the drawing that I do sets me up to do stuff like this. Or stuff like that. I drew my son as a superhero. He got his little wand. Dude don't even have any of his own personal. This is throwaway art. I sketched this up in 5 minutes. Was just talking about how lazy tattooers have become recently, and was told I was just a hater. LOL. Nah, man, you see it. Salute, integrity, honor is lost. Look, man. Look, Look, you see this picture right here? Let me show you this picture right here, folks. Let me show you something, man. Let me show you something. This is another moment in time that changed my fucking life. Let me show you this picture right here. Let me show you this picture right here, folks. Where's this shit? Where's that shit? Let me show you something. I took a picture of this shit earlier, and I posted it. But it was a moment that I realized I ain't working hard enough. I was like, oh, I ain't working hard enough, yo. I'm skylarking. I'm lazy as fuck right now. I'm lazy as fuck. I need to put that work in. Hey, look, you see this? 2015. Wait, it's not. God, I missed it. Matter of fact, here we go. See this picture right here? See this picture right here? You know where I'm at? I'm in Ed Hardy's studio right here. He's got a room. I don't know how big that shit is. It's just all drawings. Just paintings. He's got a whole studio of just paintings. But he got one room, it's just all artwork in flatbed drawers. You know what they told me? That I ain't doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I don't have enough work. You're worrying about who I tattoo? Who are you to say who I'm supposed to tattoo? Because I share the same skin color as you, but you're not even on my level. I don't care how many followers you got, but you're not on my level. You should be buying books. Take the fucking gold teeth out your mouth with the diamonds in it. Pawn that shit. The money you get from that, go buy some books. Go buy some fucking books. How about that? Go buy some books, man. Go buy some oil paint technique books. Oil painting, acrylic, watercolor, charcoal techniques. Fuck the Photoshop shit. Get your hands dirty. You want to do the portrait shit? Go ahead, fine. Then books on composition. Bern Hogarth. Bernie Wrightson. Go get some books on H.R. Giger. You know what I mean? Shadows and contrast. Go. Shit like that. Shit like that. That's what you need to do. I know you don't got that. I know you ain't got that. I know you don't. You know how I know you don't got it? Because your artwork don't reflect it. Because you don't even have no artwork to show. You're doing the hot tattoos right now, that anime shit. You are a limited timepiece. I've been doing this for 23 years. I've seen multiple styles come and go. Right now, everybody's doing fine line or they're doing anime tattoos. It's the same dragon from Spirited Away. Now it's the porcelain style tattoos. Brutal black shit. So the fuck what? You want to do the dope anime shit? Go look up Hori Benny. He in Japan. He does the fly Japanese shit. He's actually learning to draw the girls. He actually draws the girls straight up from scratch. That's his style. He actually draws. He's a Caucasian dude, but he does anime style tattoos. But he's not just taking it from the same old Dragon Ball tattoo or the One Piece shit. I go by a process. Who, what, where, when, and why. And then I wrap that around a Rubik's Cube. That concept is real dangerous once you have it in that type of dimension. And then you apply that to your artwork. I just gave you a gem right there. You're not on my level, fam. You're not on my level. You're not on my level. You're not close. You did a whole other career. You had HR and shit. You had to go by guidelines. Tattooing, when I'm doing it, you was in junior high school. How you gonna tell me what I should do? What are you, a slaver? You gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do? Here's some knowledge. Here's some more knowledge. Go get How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Learn composition. And whoever's in your ear about me, they need to do the same shit too. Because I know who's talking about me in your ear. Anybody is going to say something about me that ain't productive, ain't not going to be productive for you. Every one of these books that's in front of me, I've read. You look like personal cosmetics. You're not applying. You're not. You do tattoos, but you're not a craftsman. You're not a craftsman. You're a businessman, and I understand it. It's good to be a businessman, but you're not on my level. Sorry, fam. You're not on my level. Your friends ain't on my level. Everyone you know that tattoos ain't on my level. Because most of the stuff they say, they heard it from me already. When they was listening to me on Clubhouse. They repeat what I say. Because I'm tattooing longer than them. I'm different. I'm different, fam. I'm different. You was doing a regular 9 to 5. I was tattooing. I make machines. I make needles. I make ink. It ain't about skin color. It's about work. You on some clickbaity skin shit. That's clickbait. Who gives a fuck about what you think? You're irrelevant right now. You ain't put no work in. Nobody owes you shit. Nobody owes me shit. See? Nobody owes me shit. That's the thing. And I like that. So it means I got to go out there and earn it. See, I could say I'm not owed shit. And I'm saying this from a place of love, fam. I'm saying this from a place of love. You need to put the work in. Sell all your clothes. Spring clean right now. Take the gold out your mouth. Take the fancy clothes off. Sell all that shit. Sell all that shit. Burn it, matter of fact. Start all over. I lost all my shit twice over. You're not on my level, fam. You're not. I spent $150,000 on books. See the difference? One of my books cost $20,000. You wouldn't do that. Because you weren't taught to do that. You weren't taught the value of knowledge. You're 37, 38. You're a certain timeline. You're peacocking. And it shows. And the tattooers that know, black, white, whoever, we laugh at that shit. So, I say that to say this. Peace. Yo, man, we gotta educate the youth, man. And if they don't want to learn, let them crash and burn, B. Stay positive. Raise your children right. Ebonics is trash. This nigga said this shit. There's no periods. Oh, God, man. Like, come on, man. Oh, man. Like, the fuck, man. What the fuck? The fuck, man. You see what I gotta go through? Pooch is like, man, I ain't even gonna answer this nigga. I'm gonna go do this drawing over here. But I'll answer this shit. I'm making content, baby. This is about to be a t-shirt. Oh, man. I'm about to make t-shirts out of this shit. T-shirt, man. T-shirts, B. Anyway, yeah. So, you know, get that out of here. Hey, you know how I know niggas don't even know what they're doing, man? They don't even have a barcode for their copyright. Oh, man. All right, see, I gave too much away right there. See that? See? That's how different I am. The people you know sold they shit. They getting jerked right now. They getting jerked right now. They don't even understand what the futures. They don't even understand what the future holds, baby. They don't even know. So whoever's in your ear about me, whoever's in your ear about me, they need to pump their brakes. They need to pump their brakes. Because they not on my level. They not. They not, man. And they doing you a disservice. They doing you a disservice, man. Cause you don't know better. I can show you how to flip your money right now. Do you even have a lawyer? You have a lawyer? How many lawyers you got? He's over here getting jerked and trying to tell me. Trying to tell me I don't tattoo black people. What? What? Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing to yourself, man? Oh, I'm remembering this. That's why you gotta take screenshots when people say stupid shit. You know? Hey, let me put y'all on game, man. What's that, folks? What that say? Yo, man. Internets, man. They don't know. Internets, they don't know, yo. They don't know, man. Internets, they don't know. Internets, they don't know, yo. They don't know. And to come at me the wrong way like that is, you need to just man, yo. I feel bad for the youth, man. I feel bad for the youth, them, yo. But is it my fault? Or did I do it? Did I do it wrong? Did I do them wrong? Like, is it my place to teach them? Shit, if I'm teaching somebody, man, they paying. They don't know, man. They don't know. You see that overlay right there? You see that little QR code to the right there? It's different right here. It's different over here, folks. It's different. This is for the future. You know? They worrying about skin color. They still caught up on that skin color. You don't even know race is a human construct. You worrying about the wrong thing. You worrying about what's on Earth. You gotta start worrying about what's outside, man. You remember, you are not removed from nature. And now think about nature on the grander scale. All right, folks. I'm gonna leave off with one of my favorite people I support, and he supported me. I tell everybody to go get his book. Here's some knowledge, yo. This is a website where you can get all these books. These books changed my life. You know what I mean? This book is by the first book right here is the first book. I would tell you, there's gonna be more books I say to get, but this one is by Adrian Lee. It's his own personal book. He's put out other books in the past. Yeah, folks, I say go get his book. Go support this man.